Hi guys. I gotta be weird, I know. So today I'm extremely excited about reviewing this product today. I know a lot of my cooling units have, been pretty good as far as views and everything like that. So I've been extremely excited about this. I don't know about you, but especially right now with the quarantine going on, I'm using a lot more electricity. So I'm trying to do what I can to, let's just face it, cut the bill in half. I went ahead and I spent a little pretty penny on this little beauty right here. So in case you don't know, it's basically a cooling unit. It's called Zero Breeze Mark II. Now, a couple of things about this. Like I said, there are no Mark I's, I guess, officially on the market. There are no Mark I's officially on the market as far as their website directly. But I am going to give you a little bit of details of the difference between the Mark I and the Mark II before I officially unveil this pretty little thing. Now, I'm pretty sure you've already seen it, considering the thumbnail more than likely will already have, the device posted. It won't have this little lovely box. Or will it? We'll see. So a couple of things about the difference between the Mark I and the Mark II is that it's going to be a little bit of a bigger unit. So this unit is, I believe, 16.5 pounds. The previous unit was a little bit lighter by 4.5 pounds, so it's 12 pounds. So that's one of the advantages about having a little bit of a bigger unit. You're going to have more power to it, because I know that the first one, after doing a little bit of research, they do compare on the website the Mark I versus the Mark II, so you can know whether it's worth it to upgrade if you have the original one. The first one had, I believe it was 1100 BTUs versus this one has 23 BTUs. And BTUs is just pretty much the power that's going to be pushing out that air. So I've done a lot of the little, how would I phrase it? The micro AC units, the personal AC units. I like saying micro. The micro AC units, especially compared to this one. So those have, more than likely, they're going to have maybe 20, 30 BTUs. So that kind of gives you an idea of the power between the minis versus this big mama over here. It's supposed to clear, it's with the personal units, little micro mini baby thing. So I'm not talking about the little itty bitty personal units or the cups. I've seen people refer to them in my comments as pretty much a Yeti cup with a little blower. Pretty much, which what I've seen it as is a Yeti cup, or like the stainless steel cups. The Yeti cups, I know is more of a name brand, so I'm just saying in general, the stainless steel cups with the fan is pretty much what it was. And me personally, I didn't really feel too much of a difference. I mean, I could easily had a fan and been just as cool. Now, if you want to actually see the videos, hey, thanks. I appreciate the support. And I'm not talking about the little micro ones, the personal ones. Those work pretty nicely, but again, I want something that's going to, where I don't have to sit in front of it directly. I want something where I can actually freely move, possibly pretend like I'm working, things like that. If you know my job, you know exactly what I mean by that. I do have a regular 9-to-5 job, although usually it's between 1 to 2 hours, but that's besides the point. I hope this part gets edited out so I don't get fired. I'm getting the head nod. Nope, that ain't gonna happen. Someone doesn't want me to have a job anymore. I'm just kidding. Anyways, back to the device. The Zero Breeze Mark II, to be exact. Like I said, it is a bigger unit, so it's going to have a stronger BTUs. And I think like I said, the smaller ones, I don't think they blew more than 50 BTUs. So this one's going to be 2,300. So that kind of gives you an idea of the power that it's going to possess. We're supposed to be able to use it outside. It's supposed to cool off an entire room. So I do have a couple of different scenarios that I'm going to be trying out, and I'll be doing in different videos as well. So that way it doesn't, this video doesn't stand out, an hour and a half long, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have short attention spans, such as myself. The Mark I is going to have more of a 18 degree drop in temperature using the unit. This one's supposed to be a whopping 30. So I really hope that's the case, because if it's 100 degrees outside, I want inside to be 70 degrees, if not cooler. And that's without running my AC unit, because as it is, I just have it blowing my bedroom, which is pretty much my little refrigerator. And like I said, I'm really not happy about that bill, which is probably why you're watching this video as it is. You want something to help lower that bill too. Regardless of whether you're in an apartment or a giant mansion, which if you are, thank you for supporting me and being cheap like me, regardless of how much money you have. Because I know if I had a giant mansion, I'd still find a way to save some money. Like I said, with a lot of the personal AC units, you have to literally be sitting right in front of it or no further than where my arm reaches right here for you to actually feel a little bit of coolness. The Mark 1, I believe it's like 3.5 feet distance, but this one you're going to be able to double your distance and be longer than me laying down. A 6.5 feet distance between the unit and being able to actually feel some coolness. So like I said, it's supposed to be able to fill up a room. So I've got a couple of smaller rooms that we're kind of adjust and see how well it cools down that area. And I'm actually going to be doing it in my tiny little bathroom as well after a shower, so that way it's going to be humid and see how well it cools down there. So like I said, I have a couple of different experiments that I'm going to try out with this lovely device. So if you like this video, of course, make sure that you subscribe so that way you can see the other experiments as well on how well it works pretty much in the different spaces and everything like that. And as far as the unit is, the Mark 1 is going to, it took about an hour for you to finally kind of get that coolness. But with this one, it's only going to take 30 minutes. So we're going to cut the time in half. As far as space is going, it says that the Mark 1 was supposed to fill, I guess, cool off a space that holds, or a tent that holds 2 people. This one's going to have a 3-person tent that you're going to be able to cool down. So like I said, depending on the space, to kind of give you an idea of, you know, the proximity of what's going to cool down. And of course, the smaller the space, the cooler you're going to get. But enough about comparing the 2 units. I'm excited to see what this one looks like. And like I said, I have not been able to find any images or anything like that of the Mark 1. So unfortunately, I can't do a physical comparison because the Zero Breeze took it completely off their website. And I don't trust other sources because if I order from someplace like Wish, well, if you've ordered from Wish, you know exactly what I'm talking about on this one. All right, so let's go ahead and open this baby up. I don't think Monger's going to be too happy with me, by the way. You can't see it, but he's laying on top of this, and he's been using it as his bed. Ouch! He just bit me. I told you, he's not happy about me moving his box. After fighting Monger to get this box open, I'm serious, his claws were literally on the box because he did not want me to move it. We finally got it open. Let's see what all the lovely devices we have in here. We've got some tubings. In here. Ooh, this is, I'm assuming the power source. We got some nice tubing. We got some clear tubings over here as well. Oh, there's just one tube that's bent. And now for the Unbound. All right, so this is the lovely unit. It's not the easiest, it's not the lightest thing, that's for sure. Aren't I so graceful? So this is the unit, and it's, like I said, it's not light. It's, I think it's 16.5 pounds. Is what I read about. Oh, that thing is heavy. That's a good workout, just moving it around. Well, if you need weights, there you go. Problem solved. Alrighty then. Ooh, it comes with the remote, so I can be lazy. And cool off, cool off. We've got some screws right here. So I got a couple screws loose. Alrighty then, so we have the Zero Mark II AC unit. We've got the power adapter. We have the drainage tubes. We have the, where's that? The 80 centimeter front air outlet duct. We've got, which one is this one? The front air unit duct conductor adapter. Then we've got another venting tube. Then we've got the venting hose, remote, the guide, which more than likely I probably won't read, and some screws. So, let me plug this baby in and open it and turn it on. And I do have a temperature gun right here. Can you see it? Am I blinding you? Okay. So I can tell, I'm gonna put my hand directly, of course, take the temperature before, put it in front so that way you guys can see a direct temperature. And then I also have a indoor outdoor temperature that after about 30-45 minutes we're going to see on how well it made a difference. And I know that a lot of people want to know what the temperature is outside as well, to kind of give an idea of what it is indoors. So this will give us a better idea. It's currently 84.6 degrees outside, and indoors it's 77.8. I did run my AC a little bit before, so it is probably cooler than it probably would normally be, just every day without any AC units or anything like that. So like I said, it is a little bit cooler in here. I'm starting to feel a little bit warm just because obviously I'm moving under the lights and everything like that. So we're going to try it out. Enough about what it does. Let's see if it works. Well, we have it open. We have it plugged in and everything. I haven't officially plugged it in yet. We're going to have, it's not actually a normal plug-in unit either. There's 4 little attachments. Not a normal adapter. It has 4 little, well, here you go. You get a close-up of that one up there. Going to plug it in. Oh, there it goes. There's also one little groove on top, so you gotta match it up that way. I'm doing something. I'm not going to screw it in just because it's going to be a little bit difficult. There's a red light here that turned on when I plugged it in. I'm telling you, moving this thing around is pretty much a workout. I'm going to face this towards me just because obviously I need it to blow on me, not you guys, because you guys can't really feel anything anyways. So it's kind of pointless. And plus, I'm hot, you know. So we have the power button, we have the plus, the minus to adjust, I guess, the temperature or the fan. We have a fan button, a rocket button, hopefully it doesn't blow up, the cooling, the sleep, and I'm guessing a light. Oh, yeah, a night light. So again, let me turn it towards you guys so you guys can see the light. Which, I guess if you're outside, pretty good thing to have. Oops, if I don't break it first. Whew. I'm really hoping you work, Big Mama, because I'm hot. Alrighty then. We're going to turn it on. And it says it's currently 73 degrees. It has the, so actually, sorry, turn it off. I said power, turn off. Okay, so it's not an instant shut off. So I guess that's kind of a good thing because you can tell how well it's blowing or not. I paused it or turned it off because I wanted to test out my hand before I put it in front of it. It does give you a temperature reading on the front of it, but like I said, I want to test it out first. So currently, I have hot hands. The palm of my hand reads at 88.4 degrees. So we gotta remember that number. And then I'm gonna turn it on. So like I said, it's sitting at 73 degrees. I'm gonna do my best not to adjust my temperature, or adjust my volume of my voice, so that way you can tell on how loud it is. It's supposed to, I think it's 52 decibels. And I think this one's actually going to be quieter than the Mark 1 as well. So So I'm letting it blow. And my temperature here as well reads at 71.8 degrees. So you guys have an updated temperature. It has gotten warmer with an 88.4. I know it's a lot of numbers, guys. You're probably just like, does it work or not? As you can tell, it's probably about a minute that I'm holding my hand here to kind of get it. And I am holding it right in front of it. So, like I said, I just want to see how well it's going to, cool down. Now, if you're really, really hot, I'm pretty sure you're going to be with your face all in here. So, it started out at 73 degrees on this unit. Now it's at 76 degrees. It started out 73 and it went down to 65. Sorry, I just got my nose. Yes, it's a cooler. It's a cooling unit, not a heating unit. I'm going to blame it on the heat. My brain ain't functioning properly. Now it's down to 64. I feel a little bit of air blowing right here, but it's not enough to cool you down. All of it's coming from this little piece right here. Alright, so I'm going to test 62 right now. Ooh, that feels really good. If it were a lot lighter, I would definitely take this walking with me and feel extremely comfortable. So 61 degrees, it's going down to 60. And I know this is going to take a little while to adjust, so I'm going to leave my hand here for another minute. Temperature has now dropped down to 58. My hand's getting cold. But it was at 88.4, right guys? Right? I think it was 88.4. If I'm wrong, we're going to have the corrected temperature right here. So like I say, you can get a comparison. So it's at 55 degrees. So like I said, the temperature is dropping pretty quickly. Alright, so now my hand sits at 76 degrees. So pretty good temperature drop. And again, I do know that my hand is right in front of it, so it probably kind of, how would I phrase it? Kind of devalues the true cooling system as a whole, as far as, being right in front of it versus, pretty much cooling everything down. I'm hoping this works because I would love to have this in my bedroom freezing me instead of having to waste electricity. Additional electricity, should I say. While my hand's cooling down a little bit more, I don't think the temperature's going to drop on the device anymore because it's stuck at 55 degrees. But, of course, you can have it plugged in like I do now. They do say that there's a solar. You can either charge it by car or by solar. I'm assuming that they have a battery unit, which I did order, but I haven't received it yet. And that's supposed to last about an additional 5 hours if you're, obviously taking it camping or something like that. Ooh, my hand's getting cold. So if my hands turn blue and I need to amputate a couple of them, obviously this thing works. So drop down to 53 degrees. And my hand dropped down to 71 degrees. I think it was 88.6. I could be wrong. But like I said, I'm going to have the correct temperature up here to drop down to 71 degrees with my hand sitting right in front of it. Can't complain on that. So I'm going to let it run for a good 30 minutes, and we're going to look at the temperature here and kind of go from there. So I'll be right back. I'll see you in 30 minutes. So I've been running this device for about 45-ish minutes now. So I know it's longer than what it suggested, but I've been kind of playing with the buttons and things like that. So I'm trying to get, obviously, the coolest that I possibly can. However, I've noticed that there's still circulation of warm air, and I know it's not coming from this end because I had this sitting right in front of it, and let's just say that my hands were pretty much went numb because it got extremely cold, and I think it was like 60 odd degrees for my fingertips. So like I said, it does blow very cold air. The only downside about this right now is you can hear that it is a bit loud. Now, if you're asleep and if you're somebody like me, it's not a huge deal because you're used to having the fan going. It doesn't matter how cold it is in your room or outside, you still have to have a fan on. That's just me personally, and I do know other people that, you know, like to sleep like that as well. So I know it's not a huge deal as far as the noise. However, if I were to run this while I'm recording, it ain't gonna cut it. I might as well have my regular AC going because of the loudness of it, because it's going to pick up on camera. It's gonna get annoying, and I can already see the comments now. You need a better mic, you need something to, you know, what's that buzzing sound in the background? I can already see the comments. So with that being said, I would not be able to use this while I'm recording, just as I'm not able to use my regular AC just because of the sounds of it. Another downside that I've established is that there's a lot of hot air blowing back here, and for once it's not coming from me. I know I can have some dragon breath, but anyways, I know that's TMI for you guys, but it doesn't matter because, I mean, we're with this distance, we're social distancing, so it really doesn't matter. You ain't gotta smell the breath. But with the hot air blowing in the back, it counteracts the air that's blowing in front of me because it's pretty much going to balance out. Like I said, I've been running this for quite some time, and it's still only 76.5 degrees out here. Now when I sit here and I hold it in front of it, it dropped down to 61 degrees. So again, you can kind of tell the difference of blowing it directly on you versus, you know, the heat and the surrounding areas. I've been holding it in front of here to drop it down to 61 degrees, which again, that's very cool, but the hot air blowing back here is what's kind of balancing it out to where the indoor temperature is still only 75 degrees. Now, there's nothing wrong with the unit itself. It's working like a normal AC unit. It's pulling in warm air, blowing out cool air. However, it's still blowing out hot air back here because, you know, like I said, it's cooling it off. So the downside about this is that you're going to have maybe a window open, so I wouldn't be able to, again, still use it within my studio because I have no windows out here. It's not until the other room where I have a window and I can let the hot air escape. So pretty much it's just continuously circling around between hot air and cool air, so it's going to be balanced out about the same unless you're sitting right here in front of it. So, I mean, for it's $950. I don't think I spend that much throughout the summer on AC. I am going to continue to test it out in both a very contained small bathroom, but I have a feeling it's going to continue circulating that warm, cool air, so it's not exactly going to cool anything down. It's just going to balance out. If not, it might actually be a little bit warmer. I'm staring at the temperature right now, and it went up to 76 degrees. So like I said, the air here is 52 degrees. It's blowing out nicely and cold. I mean, it's even telling me the temperature. So whenever it warms up, I see the temperature adjust really quickly. So when I put my hand over it, it goes down to, or it goes up to 53 degrees. When I move my hand, it goes down to 52. If I have it on one of the prongs, it's going to obviously have a different temperature versus if I were to kind of get towards the back of the AC unit. It's going to have about a 56 degrees temperature. So again, I'm still not getting a 100% accurate reading of what air is blowing out, so I can only go off of what's being provided, and currently sitting at 53 degrees. And right now I'm actually pretty warm because I don't have the AC blowing directly at me, so I can definitely tell that that warm air is circulating. I have tried to play with it a little bit to not have the air blowing, the hot air blowing from the back, but again, it affects the temperature up here. So are you going to want the hot air blowing back, just kind of circulating? Are you going to want to sit next to a window so that way you can have the hot air blowing out and keep the cool air coming in, or blowing out from the device and have the hot air blow out? If that's the case, I'm pretty sure you can find a really good AC unit, window AC unit, that's not going to cost over $1,000. Now, again, the device just by itself is $949. I'm reading directly from the website. And that's, again, just what I have right here sitting on the desk with the exception of these two. I bought those on my own. However, what I personally purchased was including an additional battery pack, which I have not received yet. I've had this for about 2 weeks now, I think. I'm losing track of time. So I believe it's 2 weeks. Everything's in within a week or two. Quarantine's really getting to me. I really can't even tell you if it's, okay, according to my clock, it's Wednesday. So I know exactly what day it is. I just know whether I have to go to work or not. Mainly because I get an email. So, I think I've had it for about 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks, give or take. Monger probably be able to tell you a little bit better because he's been using it as his bed. But as of right now, I'm not too thrilled with the unit. I was really hoping that it'd be a lot better. So I'm still going to be outside testing it out, and I do have this lovely device that's going to tell me the temperature outside versus how cool I feel. I won't be able to tell you the exact temperature because, again, I have no way of actually testing the temperature unless I'm sitting here holding the device right here. And let's see how long. It takes a couple of minutes for it to register on the coolness, but again, I don't want to sit here and have to hold it, so I can give you a good, as you know, I can tell you the temperature here. I'm also going to test it out in my bedroom with the hot air blowing outside without any AC going, with the exception of a ceiling fan and a personal fan. So that's the only other coolness, circulation, however you want to consider it, is going to go for the bedroom. And I'll get the dimensions of the bedroom as well, so that way you guys can have an idea of how well it cools. Based off of what I've been reading on the device, it's not going to be a huge room, so I don't have a huge bedroom. I'd say reasonable size. Like I said, I'm going to get the exact dimensions once I do that video, so that way you guys can have a better idea of how well it cools and everything like that. And of course, I'm going to have a slowly device in there, so that way it can tell me the hottest and the coolness of the highs and the lows of the bedroom, as well as the outside temperature. So that's an idea to kind of give you of how it works, or how well it works, should I say. I'm trying to think of anything else. I believe I covered everything. If I have not, please let me know. I'll definitely update or answer any questions in my 2 follow-up videos, maybe 3, I'm not sure yet. But more videos to follow, let's just put it like that. So I'm going to continue testing this out. This is just my initial review. Make sure that you subscribe so you can keep updated on this device, the Zero Mark Breeze 2. Or Zero Breeze Mark 2. That's what it is. I'm pretty sure that'll be taken out in the edit. It doesn't matter because, well, you guys can see me acting fool anyways. So if you want more good laughs, more good reviews, make sure that you subscribe so that way you can find updated information on this, as well as other reviews. If you have any questions, comments, I love hearing from you guys. In the meantime, stay tuned and stay jazzy. Thanks for watching, guys.